everybody, it's Dave from Clean Pro Supply. We're going to talk about Piglet filters, regardless of what type of system you have. But Mighty sells these Piglet filters here. They're fairly cheap, but it's a great way to keep your system maintained and as clean as possible, and it also makes cleaning your filters much easier too. So basically what it is, it's kind of like a knee-high. They come different ways, they just come in bulk. In a pinch you can always buy them from the drugstore, but it's cheaper if you get them from the actual package through Mighty. We have them on our website at cleanprosupply.com. But they come several different ways. Sometimes they come with two inside each other, kind of like this. Sometimes it comes with just one thicker one. They both have their function. Since they're bulk, you'll get them both ways. But when I do see them come inside each other too, like this, usually I'll do, if I'm using a portable, I'll separate them so you just have one thinner sock or stocking. Whereas if you're using it with a truck mount, I'll keep both of them. And the reason for that is the portable vacuums, unless you have the LX vacs, there's not as much suction, and sometimes if you have two of them combined, it'll just blow up like a balloon inside your waste tank, and it restricts the vacuum a little bit. But with a truck mount, there's so much suction on it that it really doesn't make a difference. So the purpose of this is basically just a pre-filter to catch all the hair, lint, garbage, coins, paper, whatever. So after you pre-vacuum, if you pre-vacuum on a job, pre-spray, CRB, whatever you're doing, as you're wanding, all the junk that your machine picks up, even though you may have a filter box or a lint hog, there is a mesh screen filter in there, but sometimes cleaning it can be a pain, especially if you're not cleaning it before and after every job. So this is a great way to keep your filters maintained. So we'll start here at the truck mount. So I rigged this up. We've got a couple different connectors here. This is a sapphire filter box. This is what I use on my truck. I love it. We have a regular standard cup going in. Here we have a flash cuff. The way this works is you just drop this down inside like this, and then you take the sock and pull it around the outside so that as the stuff comes in, it goes in there. And then you want to close this over it, and that way it catches it so it doesn't pull it inside. Because if you don't do this, it'll just suck it right in. Obviously, you don't see it hanging in there now, but once you shut the machine up, you'll see it kind of pull in and stretch. That'll start filling up with hair. Now, if you do suck off something sharp, it may rip or may break, but that'll also collect in here if it does rip. But then at the end of the job, you just pull this out, or if it balloons up too much, you can just drop it in, open this up, pull it out, throw it away. So that's option one. That's why I've got this piece on here, because then my hose will connect to that, but this just holds it. Or without it, you can just connect your inlet hose right there, and that would be fine too. But that's how I like to do it. Outside of that, if we're using the lint hog, which is also an awesome filter too. The reason I have this is because I got it for free with my truck mount before I became a distributor, so great filter. But lint hog is also awesome. It's much cheaper than the sapphire box, and the quality is the same. So this has a basket on the inside, so that's the way you would use this. Screw this on top, and then same concept. This would go inside here and around, and then you take your cuff links with your hose on it, and that would screw on and hold it right on there. You just twist these in, and that'll grip it, and then it goes in and catches that. So truck mount or portable, you could use these filters on either one. More designed for truck mounts, but even if you're using portable, you can still use the lint hog before your portable machine. I do recommend it. It's not required, but if you're not, you definitely want some sort of filtration device, especially if you're using your auto pump out, because you don't want to get all that gunk. There's a little filter inside your waste tank in your portable if you have auto pump out, that'll get all clogged up really quick. So you really need at least a pre-filter, or at least a sock, or both, but whatever works. So if we're using the portable, then I'm going to take these, I'm going to separate them. They just open up like this. Now you've got two. And again, it's the same concept. You stick this in the hole, pull it around the outside like that, and then you can stick your hose on. That's if you're using the flash cuffs, or if you're using the cuff links. This machine actually right now has an old style cuff links on it before the vinyl ones were made. So this is actually a used filter. You can see the gunk in there. Now if I were to pull on this, there's so much junk in there right now that I can't. So what I'll do on this one is, of course, turn your machine off and then undo your hose, because if not, if you just undo your hose, it's going to suck it in. So turn your machine off, undo the hose, then you can go in through the waste tank and pull it out. Wait till you see this. Oh, there it is. So that's a whole bunch of just junk from one of the last jobs that we used this on. And then you just throw that in the garbage, and that way, it doesn't get your tank all nasty. And that's that. So the other option too, of course, is, let's stick this back on. You can use a barb. So say you don't like the mighty cups for whatever reason, you can take that out. You can screw in a regular barb, and then you can take your sock, and same concept, stick it in. Whoops. Stick it in, wrap this around the outside of the barb, like that, and then just stick your hose with your regular cuff over top of that. The concept is that you just want to pinch that so that the dirt, as it goes through, the water will just filter out, and then that'll catch all the other gunk. So those are the mighty Piglet filters. At the very least, you want to have at least something with your portable extractor. So that, of course, would be pinching these either right here or creating a little snub. So the reason why I do this is because once this is in, then as I connect and disconnect my vac hose, I'm connecting and disconnecting here instead of having to mess with the sock every time if I'm on a job that's going to sit there for a while. So you can see I have that on both machines here. But at the very least, have your sock on a portable, or if you're running with a truck mount, at least have some sort of pre-filter, even though your waste tank probably already has a pre-filter in it. But the more filtration you have, the better. You just don't want to restrict it too much and lose CFM. But as long as you keep things clean, you're going to maintain good CFM. So if you have any questions, give me a shout. Dave from Clean Pro Supply, 585-426-9507. You can talk to myself or Wes. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks.